Welcome to the baseballswing.com. Joe Colucci here with you, taking a look at the 2023 Rookie of the Year in the National League, Corbin Carroll from the Diamondbacks. Great looking player, really great looking swing. A little bit different than most of the modern swings. Let me kind of just jump in and tell you what I'm kind of talking about here. So we catch Carroll here already into his load. He's doing a little bit of a leg kick. He is, by this point, very narrow in the stance, and he's squatting into his rear hip and into his back leg. As he progresses forward, he's going to make a pretty significant lateral move forward. Of note here is he does not really turn at all. Okay, it is definitely a lateral move. However, once that heel plants, you got to rotate. And he does. He does it, gets into a great impact position. A lot of really high level good things happening here. So let's pull up a couple of lines. I wanted to talk about something here, the pitch plane. So ball's kind of in the zone by this point, or I'm sorry, approaching the zone. And you see the little blur here? It's working down at about 4.5 degrees, which tells me it's probably some sort of fastball, pretty high spin, and a little bit up in the zone. So, again, he's getting into the zone, I'd say, right about here with the bat. If we click him back a frame, you can see the bat a little more clearly here. So he's almost into the zone, I'd say. But by the time he's here, he's fully in the zone, right? And you see him hit a lot of balls to left field, center field, right field. He's all over the place, spraying it around. Great job. He's able to do this because he gets his bat in the zone really quite early. And then because he's ascending through the pitch, more or less than that 4, 5, 6 degree angle that we talk about, he's still in the zone this late. Now, these two lines here represent when he enters the zone and when he kind of exits the zone. So that's a pretty long distance. Again, he's able to do this because he is ascending or swinging up roughly at the same plane the pitch is descending on. So it's something to always look for and work on in your practice routines. You want to hit high line drives, basically. So anyway, let's get rid of that line. And what I want to talk about from here is his bat angle. So nice and slotted and low right from the get-go. This is a little unique. There were guys that did this. Ichiro comes to mind. And watch how steady he is in terms of that bat moving forward. This doesn't work for everybody, right? So he's just gliding forward, and he doesn't make a significant drop in the bat or his hands until he's really into heel plant. At this point, he's starting to see where the pitch is, and this is going to determine if it's low, he's going to drop his hands. Bat's already slotted. If it's high, he's going to just drop them maybe a little and just turn through on the same plane the pitch is coming in. So in this case, this ball's up a little. So he's going to get his hands on plane with the pitch. And he's just going to kind of turn into it, right? So from this point, when he recognizes, all right, I know where this pitch is, and I've dropped my hands to the level of the pitch, he's not just going to swing his arms out in front of him. He's got his rear elbow up against his left side there, and he's going to kind of pretty much keep it there right until impact, right? Even as we work through impact, that's when he starts to disengage his left elbow from his left side. Okay, and that should be instinctive, and that's something, unfortunately, you can just recognize that position, meaning connected at impact. Left arm kind of pinned up against that left side. Not tightly, doesn't even have to be really touching. As long as it's mirroring from this slot position what your left side is doing to turn into the ball here. Obviously, your right side for a right-handed hitter. This is really a key component. Corey Seager, I did a little breakdown on him, and he kind of took his hands from this point and pulled them out towards the pitcher. Consequently, he's not able to catch the ball as deeply as Corbin can here because he's not really in the zone yet, Seager. So check that video out. And this is why I think this is one of the truly, really solid swings in the game today, and I think this kid's going to be, sky's the limit. He's really going to be a good one. Another thing I'd like to point out, and I do this often, this left arm it couldn't be more in line with the bat, meaning he hasn't flipped it over. He has rotated his forearms, but he has not flipped or hinged his wrists through the hitting area. So you notice him, this is probably where he wants impact. Look at the left palm pointing up. And once that's gone and that elbow starts to extend, you'll see the Nike swoosh on his glove start to roll over. He lets that happen. So again, I know I mention it a lot, but it's something you really have to let happen. I'm very, very concerned with when I go to the cages and I see a lot of young men working on keeping that palm up maybe too long. So anyway, one other thing I noticed about Carroll here is, I'm going to draw a little line to help support this. So he gets into his land position. He's already kind of like slotted, and he's looking to really just turn into the ball at this point. His chin is, more or less between his legs, pretty good. He keeps that chin very, very steady. He's not moving up and down. He's not moving left and right. He's certainly not going backwards. We talk a lot about this, how it's important to thrust all that lateral power and rotational power into the ball, and you can see that, in spades with him. So not a lot of give, not a lot of moving backwards. This is easier done on a pitch where you are on time. Guys will tend to lean back when they are a little bit jammed up or late, or the ball's in, or sometimes even when it's just up. But Carroll does a great job of kind of thrusting into the ball, and again into that big, long, wide finish, representative of, hey, I've built so much energy at this point that it's just going to unleash and it's going to pull my arms forward. He's not trying to straighten them. He's not taking this bent left elbow and punching at the ball. All right. They seem like that, but believe me, he's moving laterally with his weight transfer as his left knee starts to kick in here. So he's got lateral motion coming forward, and he's also creating power with his rotation. Gets into a beautiful impact position, and then again, that momentum, that whip that he has built up carries him through. This is why I always point to this, the top hand, and in his case, the left arm being in line with the bat. That is really representative of what he did back here behind the ball. Again, a lot of lateral motion. He's driving forward towards the ball. And then when he decides to go, this left elbow is connected to the side. And now he's going to really begin to rotate and create a little whip-like effect with the bat. And that's what's going to carry it through the zone. And again, end up being, wow, straight-armed. And then there's no flip at all. He goes through it. Really, really great swing. I know he was Rookie of the Year. I think he hit 280, 290, something like that. He's got some pop. Surprising pop, actually, for the guy his size. He really hits it a long way. So our job is to kind of see what he's doing and figure out how he does that. So a lot of it is he's just probably stronger than he looks, whatever. But mechanically, all this motion going forward at the ball, okay, not hanging back and swinging around his rear leg. This means a guy that's 170 or 80 pounds can hit the ball 450 feet. Now, look, I love Aaron Judge, okay, and he works with this teacher man guy, okay, and he's basically swinging around his back femur and what I would call hanging back, not to be negative or whatnot. Judge is great. I think he's a great guy. He's, probably he does some really great things in his swing, but if you're 160, 70 pounds and you're hanging back like Aaron Judge and just kind of tilting through the ball, or you're not going to hit it 450 feet. The way to do that, I don't care if you're 6'8" or you're 5'8", you should be driving some sort of momentum towards the ball, towards the pitcher, and then go ahead and just unleash. So it is a combination of lateral motion, got a lot here with Corbin, and then rotation. And you got to blend that and find your proper blend. But the key here to me is he gets over that stacked knee, so I know he's driving all of his weight into the ball as best he can. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Once again, Joe Colucci with thebaseballswing.com. Please check out the website. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.